how's the week been this week, getting into Moana, the final one before the bye?
Yeah, that bye's come at a nice time, I think, but it's been an awesome week actually. It's been good having some of the boys come back. Made a real big difference, the likes of Davey and Jack, especially in the backs for me. Just that extra voice and experience that they bring. I feel like our training week's been really good, so hopefully we can show that out there tomorrow night.
How much would you like a polished performance? And after that game last week, a lot of guys were sort of lamenting the errors and the mistakes and the clunkiness. How important would it be to get a nice, smooth performance, I guess?
Mate, really important. I feel like since that Blues game we haven't really found much rhythm. Like you say, it's been pretty clunky, so hopefully tomorrow night, I feel like we've been training well, just haven't been able to put those performances out on the field as yet, but hopefully tomorrow night we can see, like you say, a more polished performance and go into that bye a happy camp.
Are Moana Pasifika a better side than their record indicates?
Oh, 100%, yeah, and I think even some of the scores have suggested that, and some of the games, you actually watch them back again, you're like, they were in that game for most of it. A couple of the New Zealand teams did put them away, but we do know that if you take them slightly lightly, we looked at the Hurricanes last year, they're more than capable of an upset, and hopefully that's not us tomorrow night.
Before Macca Springer got injured, didn't seem to get a lot of chances go his way. Is it just a matter, you think, of him getting some ball in his hands in a bit of space before we see what he's capable of? Yeah,
I'm really excited to see him go tomorrow night. Obviously, I've worked with him pretty closely since he came out of school up at Tasman. Really exciting kid, huge future ahead of him. Like you say, hasn't had a huge amount of opportunities, picked up a few niggles, which I think has held him back a little bit, but he looked sharp yesterday at training, and hopefully we see him at full speed because he can go.
Almost 7 weeks in now. Personally, how's the ride been for you to get into your coaching role here?
Yeah, mate, it's still buzzing every day I come in. Still learning heaps, getting so much help on my coaching and growth there. So I realise how far I've still got to go as a coach, but every day coming and learning, and looking forward to every day, which is exciting.
It was like having Jason Ryan in camp this week.
Yeah, he's been good, mate. He jumped in one of the backs units, which I wasn't expecting, and gave me some feedback, which is so cool to have someone like that come back in and share his knowledge. And I know the forwards all love having him around too, because he can add so much there as well.
So is he hands-on with the players, or more just sort of standing back and watching you guys work with the players?
Yeah, I actually don't know what he was in there doing, to be fair, but he was in watching. He wasn't hands-on with any of our stuff, but I'm guessing he was just watching the players, watching the coaches, and providing feedback for players and coaches where he felt necessary.
Just on Leicester shifting into centre, obviously he's had a standout last 2 or 3 weeks. What do you see? He's sort of had a licence to roam from what I've seen from the position up there, but what do you see bringing him into midfield this weekend?
Mate, hopefully more ball, because mate, he is breaking tackles for fun at the moment. Like he's on some serious form on attack. He's been nursing a few injuries, his ribs and calves, but he's a tough man. Like not many players would be playing with some of the injuries he's been playing with, and you look at his form, you wouldn't even know. Like you'd think he's at full health, and the way he's breaking tackles, makes coaching pretty easy when you can give a player the ball and watch him break 4 tackles and score. So he's a massive asset for us.
Is there a bigger sort of power matchup, Leicester and Levi Almoa in Super Rugby this weekend?
You're right, because worked with Levi at Tasman as well. He is such a powerful man, hard man to tackle, and that's Jim Tavatavanawa as well on the wing, 2 really hard men to tackle. You look at the tackle breaking stats, and both way up there, those 2 leading the comp by miles. So we know as a backline we've got a pretty important job of shutting those 2 guys down, making sure they don't get too much momentum or break too many tackles and create too many opportunities for them, because once they do, and once they start chahooing, they can get a lot of momentum from that.
And just to comment on Will Golter as well, it's his first start, a couple of cameo appearances off the bench, but what have you liked about his game, and is it just about him playing his natural game as well, stepping in from the opening whistle?
Yeah, 100%. He's been a kid who's really impressed me. He works hard, he's keen to learn, does all his core roles really well. He's good in the air, good kicking game. He's just a really balanced athlete, and I think he's going to have a big game tomorrow night. He's training well, and He's a confident kid, eh? Like, even his first touch, throws an offload out the back of his hand. I was like, he's ready to play. So, yeah, keen to see how he goes, and hopefully he'll have a good one.
It's 99, I still a similar player to what he was when he left New Zealand.
Hopefully. He's been someone who's been obviously struggling with injury as well. He's come back with a niggly knee and niggly Achilles, so it's been disappointing we haven't been able to see him out there yet, but tomorrow night I'm excited to see him come off the bench, and hopefully we see some of that Milani Nano of old, because mate, he can play and he's still carving up the training field. It's just when his body's able, hopefully we see that.
Did he have a game of pre-season game of club footy last week? Or?
Played club footy last week and looked good, scored a couple of tries and finished off nicely, so hopefully he can do the same.
What clubs he playing for?
Geez, Alex Harford's club, which one's that?
High school old boys.
High school old boys. Mate, he loves it there.
Cool, thanks, mate.
Sweet, thanks guys.